social media superstars Dylan and Alice chat about their multiple viral videos, new alternative rock music, and upcoming tour plans on episode 12, season 2 of Music Matters podcast with Darrell Craig Harris.
Hi, everybody. I've got a whole bunch of guys joining me today from DylanNAlice, which is a really killer alternative rock band. Almost metal, I guess you guys would say. So we got Michael, we got Dylan, and we got Tommy. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good.
Cool. So you contacted me on Instagram. Oh, we lost Michael.
Oh my God.
No.
There he goes. There he's back.
There he is.
So we were talking on Instagram, and you guys said, "Hey, I want to come on the show," and which is awesome. And I was digging the band, looking at the music. You guys have a heck of a following on Instagram. It's like, how many is like 623,000?
Yep.
Yeah, and like huge
Around
amount
600.
of huge amount of video views. And then Dylan, you have a history on TV. So tell me a little bit about that, like your parents, and there's a whole deal there.
Yeah. So basically, I first got into the entertainment industry when I was around maybe 10 years old, 10 or 11. It started off with my mom's. She had her own reality TV show called The Big 4-0.
Right.
And it's basically the premise of it is basically like My Sweet 16, except for adults who are 40. And so her whole thing was, she wanted to prove to the world that you can be 40 and still be sexy or still be confident in yourself or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And basically, so she threw a huge party. She jumped out of a cake. I surprised her, in the morning when she turned 40, like rapping. I guess I was a rapper before I was a musician.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just like that type of fun stuff. And then I guess the craziest part of the show was she did not talk to her mom for a bunch of years because they had a poor relationship because of some past sayings when she was a child, and basically she didn't talk to her for a couple of years because her mom didn't say sorry and she didn't appreciate that.
Right.
It was basically like the thing,
just life stuff.
Yeah, I'm not quite.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, I think maybe, I'm not sure if you would know, but I'm sure your peers, but it was a very common thing for you to hit your child and all that stuff back then for discipline.
I got you.
And to kind of go overboard. So that was the whole thing that she's open to the whole topic. That's why I'm speaking on it.
Right.
But
cool.
so her thing kind of influenced the band as well. Like when I was younger, because now we do all these against abuse type videos, and that's like the physical abuse is what I'm saying.
Right.
But yeah. So anyways, she got the mom of the show. She cried because she saw her. She apologized, and it was a pretty happy ending.
Yeah.
And that was about it. So that was the first show.
What was the original name of the band? Was Over Gravity, right?
Yeah. I went by, and it was actually funny because that was, again, over like negativity. That was my mom planting that idea in the band because I was young. I was like 14. I was like, yeah, I'll go with that. Over gravity. Over
whatever works.
Negativity.
Yeah.
Being a young kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Like, so when did you put the first band together? You were like 15, right?
Yeah, I was 15, and Michael wasn't in the band at first. Our drummer, who was here with us.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
I'm going to call Michael. I'm going to call Michael Propellerhead because it looks like that's right on the top.
All right, I'm cool with that, man.
Propellerhead.
Just an observation. Anyway, go ahead.
We're changing the band name to Propellerhead.
There you go. Right? Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So the first official band I had was Over Gravity. We actually did some cool things. We opened for some people and did this and that. And it's funny because I knew of Michael. I knew of him, but I didn't really talk to him that much. I knew him as a guy that did backflips at a school at a music school.
You never talked to me. You rude ass fool.
He was older than me, and I was a nerd, so I didn't know how to talk to older people. I was like, man, he's kind of cool. He does backflips, man.
This guy does backflips.
Cool. He's got to be a good drummer.
What's up, man? I'm Dylan. You're pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
He
was out here playing. He was playing CAFO by Animals as Leaders when he was like 16 years old or something. I was like, damn.
Dude, that song is still hard to play, even at 27.
Yeah, we all have that one song, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So how did these guys, the band that you have currently, when did that come together with DylanNAlice?
Well, I've been working with Michael for a bunch of years now. And so he's the OG member we got in the band. And I met him through School of Rock. music school.
Yeah,
And then
that's a great program too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was really good. And Tommy, I met online, and he's freaking killer. And together, him and Michael, they just instantly connected because they're both nerds, and they're like,
we're more like the bigger fans of like all the technical metal shit. So what actually happened originally with me and Dylan is like I met him through the School of Rock program, and then I left that program because I like outgrew it. I was like too old. So then
18, they give you the boot when you're 18.
So after that, I started going to the Musicians Institute in Hollywood for college.
Cool. I went there too.
I went there from 2011 to 2014. And then out of the blue, I think in like maybe like 2013, 2014, near like the end of my time there, he hits me up randomly, Dylan. He's like, yo, man, what's up? And I didn't realize at the time that he lived like a block or two from my apartment building.
Oh, that's funny.
That's right.
He's like, yo, what's up, man? It's Dylan.
He actually scooted to my house one time. He took his scooter and took it all the way to my house. I
scooted all the way to his house because it was only
all the way uphill, by the way. It's all uphill. So he was like,
I can do backflips.
Yeah, the propeller helps with that. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys you're all in the same area, and you kind of start to know each other and hanging out. How do you guys write together? Or how does that work? Who's the main writer, or is there a main writer?
Usually we start with the guitar. That's what we've been doing. Even though recently we've been kind of like mixing it up, and sometimes we'll start with a vocal melody, but usually we'll start with some cool guitar riff that Tommy writes. Because his head is just full of riffs all the time, 24/7.
Cool.
And and then we just take it from there.
Yeah, that's cool. And so you guys have been charting. I know. I just saw. Obviously, last year was a weird, screwed up year, but so you ended up you're on the UK charts, and you're getting a lot of notoriety. Obviously, like a lot of video views and all that kind of thing. Because part of the cool thing with your band is you have the image with the bunnies. So tell me how the bunnies came about. Obviously.
Yeah. Oh. Here, 1 second.
We're gonna have a bunny demonstration.
Here we go.
It's all started. I know you have to be careful with the questions.
Whoa! And we got it right here.
Those things are a trick.
My house. All right, now put these back in.
Yeah, cool. It's all good.
So those came into the picture because two of our members at the time, they wanted to be mascots because they worked at Universal Studios. They were like scares at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, cool.
And so they thought it'd be really cool to be like, kind of like just characters in the band. And it worked with what we were doing with DylanNAlice, kind of, working on like the bunnies and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea, and it hypes people up on stage a lot. I mean, in the crowd a lot. There's like bunnies jumping around and going crazy. So
it's a cool. Like the video is really like it's real dramatic. You're like, okay, what's up with the bunnies?
yeah.
But I mean, like you kind of see DylanNAlice, you kind of think in Alice in Wonderland, right?
Exactly.
The connection. Yeah. So you have interesting. Like, I mean, part of the TV show thing was your mom is your manager or your momager on the Dr. Drew.
Right. Yeah.
So you guys, and I love your mom. Was really fun on that show. So you did Dr. Drew. There was like you had a lot of press from that, right? A lot of stuff, and then you also have some prank videos that you're involved in with Nelk. So tell me how that happened. Yeah.
So I started like really falling in love with like just pranks and that type of comedy, like when I was like 17 or so.
Right.
And I started watching a bunch of just funny pranksters, and of course, like Jackass. I used to like love watching too.
Yeah. Dan and all those guys.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny. The random side story. Steve-O came to one of my shows when I was a kid, so I was kind of sick. Cool. I have a picture with him somewhere.
Yeah. That guy's. I wonder how he's gonna age. So it's like so freaking beat up, right?
He's still doing shit, man. He's still lighting himself on fire.
He's gonna be getting his Social Security doing pranks. It's funny. But,
with Nelk. So basically, I started posting some just like very simple prank videos on my Instagram, and then Jesse from Nelk, he just joined it at the time. He hit me up on the DMs and asked me to be a part of their crew. because they wanted to have their own TV show on MTV. That was their original plan when they came to California from Canada. Because they're all in Toronto. That's where they're all four of them are from. So they all flew down, had a meeting with them at the W Hotel, and we were just hit it off. You know what I mean? And it was history.
Yeah, because
we did the Coke Bring Out Cops.
Right. Yeah. Video. So how many views? That was like over 100 million views, right, or something crazy.
Yeah. On Facebook, it's somewhere around like 70 million, and on YouTube, it's at 42 million, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's nuts. Yeah, it's funny because those videos, like you do them, and then you I mean, obviously somebody who's already established, you figure it's going to get seen, but you have no way. There's no way of knowing you're going to get like that much, right? That much views and.
Oh yeah. Oh, no idea. And it's funny because I actually have a Snapchat saved somewhere when I was like, we were right about to do it. I was like, yeah, man, our new video together is going to get 8 million views. I'm telling you.
Everyone's like, right.
Yeah. That was just me just trying to be positive, just like say shit. And then it actually turned out we had way more. I was like, wow, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I did we were contacted. I work with a haunted saloon actually outside of Vegas, a Pioneer Saloon, and we were contacted by Ryan Higa. I don't know if you know Ryan, but he has 22 million followers on YouTube, and I didn't know who he was when he first contacted us, and I'm like, holy crap, that's like crazy, 22 million freaking followers.
That's no joke.
Yeah. YouTube is like all those, like YouTube and Instagram, like for us, for people, like I'm a musician, like I said, and for what we do and the podcasting thing, like it's such a great outlet, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And even now with the TikTok, I mean, that's blowing people up left and right.
Yeah. My wife's a viral TikTok girl. She does a whole menu thing. It's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you were on actually with the management company from Beyonce's dad. So like Matthew Knowles, tell me how that happened and what's going on with that now. Or
so that was my mom who did that. She has a bunch of connections and whatnot. And by the way, I just wanted to say for the record, so everything we've done, TV show wise, prank wise, all real. But the one thing I will say that was a little bit of fake reality was a Dr. Drew show.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Yeah, we kind of had to spice it up a little bit just so we could be on the show. Because we wanted the
it's good publicity.
National publicity for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
I was actually playing like a slave 12 hours a day. And it's actually Tommy, but he does it to himself. he just wants to play 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I know. It was cool. Yeah, I think at this point we all know how those shows go. But it was great. It was great for you, and you were presented really well. So I think it was cool.
Yeah. Anyways, So Matthew Knowles. So basically flew down to Houston. And met with him. I sang a couple of songs. He was impressed. And then the next time we came down, we signed the paperwork and all this stuff. And I was meeting some of his people at his record label, and signed the deal. And that was about it. I mean, it was pretty quick and easy.
I mean, the thing is too, he's known for Beyonce, Destiny's Child, which is R&B. But still, like he's a mover and shaker in the music business. He definitely is well connected, right? So like something
definitely.
like that, it's an awesome opportunity.
And it was even crazier because we were his only band. He has some girl groups, as you said, R&B, and a lot of gospel artists. He has a lot of gospel artists, but he never had any rock band or metal, especially metal band before that he worked with. And so this was like a new avenue for him. And we were super, super excited. He said that we were going to do all these things and whatnot. Unfortunately, it just did not work out in that way. We were signed to him for, around 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for a long time. And again, he has all these connections, cool guy.
Yeah.
But he just didn't really know how to work a metal band because he didn't have those connections yet.
That's not his scene. But the thing obviously too, like he has a big name, and obviously with Beyonce, just being associated with that is a win. Then you got to kind of figure out how that all works, right? As an artist, like what am I doing? Who's going to represent me? Like because with metal and that kind of thing, it's a whole different crowd of people, right?
Oh my gosh, when you talk about who's going to represent me, so we had this other guy who technically wasn't really anything. He wasn't a manager. He didn't sign on as anything, but he was just a guy that we worked with, and he worked at the label.
Right.
And for whatever reason, he had his tag on his Instagram saying, "I manage." I was like, "You're not the manager though," but all right. And his name was Tyson.
It's like, whatever, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This comment, I will always remember this conversation. So actually, you know what? I'll let you guys decide. What do you guys think about this? So we sat down with him for 5 hours at this spot in Los Angeles, and he's telling us all these things we're going to do for the band. We're like, okay, yeah, sounds really cool. Like, we're excited, and he's like, yeah, so, but his main idea, the number one idea he had was, the two main ideas that he had was, he was like, yeah, so I think the band needs to go on American Idol. And you guys, I was like,
Yeah.
what? American Idol?
Like,
I was
record
we're
scratch.
a metal band. I was like, imagine me singing, like, Lonely Hunter or any metal song. I don't know. The fans wouldn't like that.
And the thing is, right. The thing with Idol is, like, there's some great talent on Idol, but they shove them into that. They shove them into a weird thing, and they're forced to do other people's tunes that have nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And if you really want to be an artist, you're not going to go on there singing other people's tunes, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, you don't want to. I get it. You'll probably get a huge extra following from it and whatnot.
Right.
But I was like, I'm not going to make it far, with this style of music on a mainstream network like America. They want to hear R&B singers, not, they don't want to hear that.
Well, you guys,
unfortunately.
The cool thing with your music is I think it's actually really accessible. Like, I know I have friends that are like in finished death metal bands, like, and that's all. But what you guys are doing is like
nice.
Yeah. All the apocalyptic and all those Nightwish, all that stuff. But what you guys are doing is cool because it's really accessible. It's not pop, but it's not screamy metal. It's like really melodic and really cool. Tommy,
and we do have acoustic.
Yeah, Tommy, when you're coming up with riffs, like who's your influences? Like when you first started playing guitar?
When I first started, everybody listens to Metallica and stuff like that. So, and Avenged Sevenfold was a big influence. But now I listen to probably what Michael said, the more technical stuff. I do enjoy Periphery era, Jason Richardson, or just side compositional artists like Alec Coloca, just gaming music and stuff like that. Just for composition's sake, I guess. So.
Yeah, and the cool thing now is because of, like I said, YouTube and Instagram, all that stuff. We have access to so much more music. I'm a lot older than you guys, so I was before cell phones and all that. That's how old I am. But it's cool because now you get access to everything. You can just pull up the video and check out the video and check out even just learning stuff, right? Like guitars, clinics, and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you working with any companies? You have endorsement stuff for guitar or?
No. Not really.
For the band, no. I'm not sure about you, Tommy. I know Michael does.
I think I'm the only member in the band that actually has endorsements for things.
Cool. Actually, Kazuki does.
Kazuki does too.
Kazuki does too. I think what's Hughes and Kettner for that amp company?
Yeah.
Hughes and Kettner and GHS Strings, I think.
Oh, cool.
Well.
GHS. Yeah. So me and Kazuki, yeah.
Yeah, you all need a manager for that stuff. I can help you. I did that for J-Lo and for Miley. I worked with them on their endorsement stuff. But
hey.
Yeah. So cool.
So you can hook it up then.
Yeah.
They got the good stuff.
Yeah. The endorsement thing is that's a really funny world because I always see people saying, well, Gibson's endorsing me. I'm like, bro, it doesn't work that way. It's like if you're Nike and you're Tiger Wood endorses Nike. It's not the other way around. And every time I see that crap, I'm like, ugh. but well, cool. Yeah, with all your video views and all that kind of stuff, I think the endorsement thing is cool because it helps you reach another audience, right? It's a whole different, kind of a different ball game, but in a whole funny world, I guess a lot of people don't know about. But cool. So what label are you guys on now? Or are you independent, or how's that working?
Yeah, so we ended up just leaving the label, Music World Entertainment, Matthew Knows' label, around 4 months ago. 4 months ago.
Yeah, and maybe because of COVID, it was probably a good time to make a change because everything's kind of being reworked, right? Yeah, definitely. And oh man, we're excited for all the new shows coming up soon. After this whole thing's over, it's going to be so much fun. Awesome.
But yeah, I have literally an entire list of labels that I'm about to hit up probably in the next month. Just to set up a bunch of meetings, all metal-based labels this time, because what we messed up on the past few times getting signed is we didn't sign to a label that was our niche, that was our, a metal-based label, or at least
accommodating for that particular genre.
Yeah, exactly. And so now I think we know what we need to do. And I mean, we're excited though.
Part of that's just finding where you fit in the world, right? And finding bands that are on certain labels, and then you want to maybe you go after those labels of the bands that you like, right? Because that you could be their support act, you can be their opening act, and that kind of all works together. Instead of being like with an R&B management that can't really cook that up.
Exactly. That was a problem.
Yeah.
And actually, he was talking about. I remember at some point, Matthew was telling me, "Yeah, like we can get you opening for his daughter Solange."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, that'd be pretty cool." But also thinking, like, although that's pretty cool, pretty strange. Like,
weird. Her audience is going to be sitting there going, "Well, they're good, but I don't get it."
yeah, for sure, don't get it.
yeah. That's the whole challenge of the music business, right? Is just figuring that whole thing out. So do you actually have a manager now, or are you guys just self-managing, or how's that working?
Right now, it's just technically no. My mom she's just there, but she's also there for like protection. Like, and another thing we're going to do is we're probably going to sign ourselves. So when we get signed to a new label, then we're basically like partners in a way.
Right.
So my mom is signed on to us for extra say, and so we're not just being owned, I guess you could say.
Right. Yeah.
Completely.
A lot of people bag on Michael Jackson's dad, and I used to know him here because he lived in Vegas, or maybe he still does. And but the thing is, like, they got where they got because of him. Like, he was a smart, shrewd business guy, and he protected them. You have bands like the Beatles, like, that gave away their publishing was sold out from underneath them, right? They don't even own their publishing. So like that stuff, it's like, it's all business stuff, but like, that's for real. Like, as you get older and you start having hits, you want to be able to get the money. So having a momager in that situation is actually great, because I know she knows the business. She's been around, and it's important to protect yourself, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to give you a record deal, but we want all your publishing. It's like, well, no.
No.
Right.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then, like, you're doing your own label, like, that seems to be a more common thing, where people have their own label, then they get distribution through Sony, distribution through another major.
Oh yeah, and it's so easy nowadays. You know what I mean? It's not like, I think back in the day it used to be hard to do that, but now you just literally yourself.
Yeah,
people
and then
do that shit through this. There's a platform called DistroKid.
Right.
That you pay like $19 a year, and it puts all your music on like every streaming platform. You can like set it up to run ads on YouTube and Google and all this other stuff. And it's ridiculously cheap for people to get their stuff out there nowadays. It's just like a lot of them just don't know how to properly utilize all the resources out there, because they just don't even know they exist. Yeah.
So what was your guys' when you because you have a huge YouTube play, and also Instagram too, your videos like are hundreds of thousands of views. So was that like, did you have a plan for that, or did you just start putting stuff out there, or how did that work?
Oh, for YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube and Spotify and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on Spotify, man.
I know
I'm still upset about that. All right. Yeah, okay. So for YouTube, no real plan. Just post it up, our videos, and from my crank following on Instagram, just send the links that way. And also, I do like influencer marketing, like where I have a bunch of friends that have like even like way more followers than me. They're like 22 million on TikTok and 11 million. So they'll throw it in their bio, and people will click it that way as well.
Oh, awesome.
But basically, oh my gosh, for Spotify. So I'm gonna tell you a quick little story.
Tell me the story.
So basically, it was the week of, we're gonna post our release the tracks on Spotify. No, I think a week after.
Right.
And I was like, all right, so like what to do for Spotify? Because I was like, I usually have knowledge of all the different social medias and what you can do to get your songs more out there, like either like a repost, whatever.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about Spotify. So I was kind of just like leaning on the label, like, all right, so you guys know how to promote this, like, or whatever, and whatever way is best. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, we got this. Like, we know what we're doing. We're a label. So
we got it, bro.
Yeah. So they throw the songs on, and then I learned a week later that there's a thing called editorial playlists that you can submit your songs, and they can be on these huge official Spotify playlists for
that's how they go. That's how they go viral, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was it was actually the first month they were testing out artists sending their tracks to labels. I mean to playlists that you can get your song on it. So it was the first month it was available, but we were able to do it. So if they were doing their research, they would have known of that, because I learned of it a week after we released it, it was too late. So that's why I was upset. I was like, wait, you guys didn't like send it to all these huge playlists we could have been on? And then I was just like, it was a whole thing. I was like, dude, we should have been on that.
Yeah, when you're an artist, I mean, even like for what I do with the podcasting thing, like you get so busy just doing the work that you don't have time to follow up on all that stuff. That's why you have management and a label. So you have
I try.
Yeah, you have to trust them.
I try to do both, but
yeah. And then you don't find out till later, like, dude.
right. Like you're supposed to know this stuff. Like, why do I know this before you? I told them about it. They're like, oh wow, that's really cool. I was like, we're probably gonna do that now. I'm like,
yeah, we should try that,
bro. Like,
I didn't know that.
That's funny. So what do you guys like? Obviously, you want to start playing live coming up as soon as we can do that. Have you released what we're releasing videos? Are you working on videos, new songs? What's going on right now?
Yeah, so we just recorded 2 new songs, and they're one of them is definitely a lot heavier than anything we've ever done. It has a dirty breakdown. It's so nasty, and if I may say so myself. And anyways, so yeah, we got one song that's like really heavy, and another song that's very melodic, and there's a solo at the end that our newest guitarist Kazuki is playing along with Tommy, and it's
cool.
Yeah. I'm very excited for them.
The heaviness, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But more melodic and like straightforward.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about your music. Like, it's very accessible. Even people like they think metal, but metal means a lot of different things, right? And rock and alternative rock. There's so many
sub.
Subgenres.
Yeah. There's so many
Ridiculous.
different. Yeah, I have a friend of mine. He's in a band called Yatra in Finland, and it's like black Finnish death metal.
Hell yeah, dude!
That makes sense. Being in Finland.
Yeah, and it's almost like Viking metal. I don't know, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And like for me, I listen to everything. I mean, I listen to punk, I listen to R&B, jazz. I mean, I just like music. I don't, I don't really discriminate on that stuff at all. But cool. So like, are you guys do you have any dates on the books, or how's that coming as far as that stuff goes? Doing live shows?
Nothing yet. Actually, I was talking to a couple of different bands that I look up to. One of the main ones was like Nonpoint. They had that song "Bullet with a Name," and we were talking, and we for sure like want to play some shows together. But no dates right now. Right now, our main goal is to get signed to a new label and take it from there. Basically, I mean, that's just me like simplifying it now.
Yeah.
And short, but yeah.
And you sort of like, I mean, to get your stuff out there, you need that, right? You need the support and the promotion, and people can do it on their own these days too, but it takes a lot of money, and it's kind of a whole different world. Like because now with iTunes and all these other outlets, it's like, it's cool. But then again, you still have to have a marketing plan and all that whole thing, all the business stuff, right?
Actually, the main thing for me actually was like the touring and going on tours with all these different bands that we can play and open for. I mean, and labels wouldn't know how to do that. Me myself, kind of tougher to hit up all these bands and go on tour. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's easier like when you're signed to the same label, they just group you together.
Yeah, and I mean, there's sort of strength in numbers, right? If you're on the label with a band that's a well-known band, like Five Finger Death Punch or one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do all day, every day.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, actually, a lot of those guys live in Vegas. I did a video with
I live in Vegas too.
Oh, okay.
Half the time. Okay. Right now, I'm in LA, and other spot is in Vegas. Cool. I love Vegas.
There's a lot. It's funny because Vegas they always think like the usual like Wayne Newton or whatever, but there's actually like a lot of rock people. A lot of people actually live here. But
there actually, yeah, you're right. There is a scene out there because my mom, she does art. She loves like just like creating like art.
Yeah.
And she's at the store like where there's a bunch of art there and she could sell. Anyways, what record label was it? Nuclear Blast? Yeah. I forget. Some like label. Really heavy. Really heavy. Some really heavy label is also there. I think it's Nuclear Blast or something like that.
Well,
anyways,
Mike Varney lives here. Mike Varney had I can't think of his name. Or his label. I should know. But anyway, he
or Metal Blade. I've been Metal Blade. I think it was Metal Blade, actually. Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I should know. I'm going to get crucified for not knowing the name. But Mike is, but Mike's like an old school metal guy. Like he was signing bands, 30 years ago. But and he's a cool dude. But yeah, Nuclear Blast, I think they have a lot of the European metal bands, like the hard, really, that's a good label, depending on what you want to do. But so like the immediate future for you guys is like get your live show together, keep recording. Do you have a new record coming out or a new single? What's the status of that?
Keeping them in the back pocket. We haven't fully recorded, but we're not going to release them yet. We're going to kind of have that as leverage for when we get signed to a new label. That, and also we're going to be doing this online TV show. It's called, I'm going to call it Battle of the Bands. Okay. And I've been doing a lot of promo for that as well recently. That, and I've been working on TikTok, some stuff with metal news. Oh, and cool. So I've been growing a bunch of just metal based pages that and our songs we're keeping in the back pocket. Like, hey, look at this. We got the biggest metal page on TikTok, and we're working on this reality show for kind of like American Idol, but for metal bands and this and that, all this stuff.
It's funny with TikTok too, because like a lot of people think of TikTok for like the stupid dance videos or whatever, but like
there's a lot more.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like serious musicians that are on TikTok. That's like a great outlet, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And their algorithms are, way better than any other app that I've come across so far. You can really get out there. You can literally start with a 0 following, not tell anyone in the world that you have this page, post consistently every day with quality content, and then boom, you could blow up.
Yeah, my wife has I would say she has a Minion video that she did. Like she does costumes and she does like horror makeup, all sorts of crazy shit.
Oh, that's cool.
She has 500,000 views. And it happened in a couple of days from her.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's funny. At the spot I'm at right now in LA, I'm right across Universal. Yeah. And every time, it does not fail. Every single time me and my girlfriend drive past that, there's a big like Minion character right there. And she says, Minion! Every time.
That's funny. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah, she does like a lot of horror makeup and stuff. It scares the shit out of me, but that's another story.
That's awesome.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She's like, can we watch Saw for the 15th time? I'm like, okay, fine. It's funny.
That's a good franchise.
Yeah. I'll ask actually each of you guys individually. So Tommy, like, what's your advice to young musicians and guys that want to do bands and all that stuff?
A little bit like now, I guess, is just like, just making connections. Like a big part in this day and age is probably just getting yourself out there. Just like I used to post like a little bit back then. Like I've stopped a little bit just because I still got school and stuff. So as long as you kind of just be diligent and kind of work with both these things, I think you can make it work. You just gotta kind of have a passion, just keep going for it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great advice. And Michael, what do you think?
I think my main thing I always tell people that I feel is incredibly crucial and important is like work with people that you like. Right. Because I see so many people join all these bands, and then I end up reading these stories, like well-established bands, and I read these stories of, it's like, and like after they leave, it's like, oh, these guys were like pieces of shit. And I can't believe I tolerated them for this long. Like luckily, I've known Dylan for the better part of the last like 10 years, and like he's the fucking homie. Like I love that dude. And Tommy's a fucking madman and an all-around down-to-earth individual. Kazuki is just a goofball, and we all love him too. Like I genuinely have like mad love for like all these guys. So like it's easy to work with them, and it makes the whole songwriting process just like vibes, hanging out, all this stuff. Like I can hang out with them as friends. It's not just strictly business. So I feel that's super crucial and important. Like the people you're working with.
Yeah, the thing is too, because someday you're going to be sitting in a van or a bus for like months.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck with people like on the road for 2-3 months. You don't want to be like.
We make those jokes all the time.
Yeah. So I always think,
prank each other on the road.
I always think of the Jason Newsted with Metallica story, and it's like, he leaves and they start all talking bad about each other. I'm like, come on, you guys,
It's like, are you children?
I know, yeah. Like,
your child.
It's hard when you're like multimillionaire successful. It's like just feel the love and be happy.
Yeah, appreciate what you have and all that.
But we lost Dylan. He fell off.
He's gone.
He literally disappeared.
He's dead.
Now's a good time to talk about him.
Hey, at least we got Snow Cone in the background. He's here for us.
Hey, there you go. Cool. So, hey, Dylan, we were making fun of you.
It's all good.
Your dog was your placeholder.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dog keeps having to go pee.
Oh, yeah, well, don't we all? But so hey, Dylan, so what's your advice to So what's your advice to like young bands, people that want to get in the music thing, and like what's the things that you've learned?
I think both. Yeah, I think both what Tommy and Michael said was really good. Tommy, like with the whole making connections. I mean, I think one of the most important things that you can do is make as many connections as possible, and that's really for really anything. You want to get out there, and if you know more people, then they can help you out, as long as you maintain good relationships with them. Yeah. Of course, too. You can't just like lose, contact, because then it'd be kind of awkward. Like, hey, can you do this favor for me? Well, I haven't talked to you in 5 years.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
So yeah. You don't be that guy. Because people will feel used, definitely. But maintain some good relationships. Don't burn any bridges that could be helpful for you. Work with people that you like. But also, you gotta. It's business as well, but it's also a lot more fun if you can enjoy your time with your people who you're doing business with. So that's also another great point by Michael. And what I would say for a lot of these kids doing like social media and that type of thing, I think TikTok right now is like the golden ticket for coming from nothing to something. Seriously, and if you take it like seriously and you post every single day, actually I'll tell you right now, the way my friends blew up, 22 million. So what he did was for 8 months straight, and he was dedicated as hell, 3 videos per day. Every day, he made sure that the content was quality. It wasn't just like, just random. I mean, it was a lot was actually pretty simple things, but his phone quality was good.
Yeah, but people want to get to know you and get to know who you are and your vibe, right? If you're for real.
Exactly. Yeah. And you just keep going, man. Just keep going. I was talking to some people the other day. I was playing Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty, by the way. They were telling me about, they're telling me about their struggles of posting, because I guess they go to school, and some of their friends like make fun of them because they're trying to be on TikTok and all this stuff, and it's for kids, or it's like it's like a dance app, but people don't really know what it's about if they're not on it, and so people get made fun of for just trying. But I was telling them, I was like, dude, just don't listen to them, bro. If you do all this stuff and you do your thing and get to where you want to be, I guarantee you they're going to hit you up in a few months like, yo man, let me be in one of your videos or something. It always happens. So just stay consistent and don't care what other people think.
Yeah, and that's I tell people that same thing. Like, it's like, why are you always on social media? I'm like, well, that's kind of what I do. And for me, like, some people play video games, some people do whatever. Like, I like doing that. I like finding guys like you that have a story to tell. It's fun to share to the world. You guys already have a big audience, but it's great to get the word out about you, because you're doing positive stuff and you're good dudes. Like, that's important. It's important for people to hear about you, right? And as, like you said, like collaboration. Like, you got somebody has a lot of followers, like, hey, I'll help you out, you help me out, and the thing is, you never know, like, they might be at 50 million views next week or a week from now, and then it's like that whole collaboration thing is important, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. So tell us how people can find you online. Like, where's your pages? What's the name of the pages? And we're going to put links in the podcast description also.
Yeah, of course. So you can find us on Instagram at DylanNAlice. So basically, it's just Dylan, DYLAN, another N, and then Alice, ALICE.
Learn your spelling, my dude.
Where's your teleprompter?
This is
Is that an I?
Capital I?
It's funny. You get on camera stuff that's normally easy. Like, I don't ever remember what my name is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dylan. Dylan. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we'll put, like I said, we'll put all your links and all that stuff on the podcast description. And so on this, so this series, we're on all the major outlets. We're on Music Crowns, which is based in London, and we're also on Bass and Guitar Love, which is based in Italy. And those two pages together have about 7 million music followers. So, awesome, and they love, and those guys will love what you do, like the singer-songwriter, metal, original bands, like that whole thing is really great on those pages. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I know it's like,
hey, thank you.
Yeah, it's early.
It's all good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, but it's cool. So please, everybody, check out DylanNAlice and check out the music. It's really cool. The videos are really fun, and if you're into bunnies, it's gonna be rocking for you. Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
It was a pleasure,
us, man.
Thanks so much.
All right, cool. We'll talk soon.
All right.